prophecies are being fulfilled every single day. And many of people are starting to see this. And there was a good video I'm going to share about this woman talking about how revolutionary TikTok has been and how revolutionary pretty much social media is at this point. And really, it talked about how in the last days, knowledge was going to be increased. And with the implementation of these social media platforms, all this information coming out, just shows you how this is all prophecy. The Most High has to increase knowledge because for the last few thousand years, the other nations, Psalms 83 and the ones that have been on top, have been working to keep knowledge at a minimum, working to keep you from reading, working to keep you from knowing anything, giving you proverbs, false names, everything else, false history. And all of those things have to be remedied before the Most High comes back. You have to have your opportunity to hear the truth and then either accept it or deny it before the Most High gets ready to bring judgment. He's making sure that there's going to be an opportunity to have a testimony against everyone. So, yeah, I mean, you just look on TikTok and there's just so many stories coming out from so many different areas, and that shows you why the people who want to ban TikTok and ban these social media platforms show you who they're working for. They have been the ones that have been going out of their way to hide information. Now, what this woman says, it's like, well, had TikTok been around before, a lot of the things wouldn't, we would have seen things from a different perspective. Now, we've been telling you about the things that have happened to us. We've been telling you about, our plight, and people have not wanted to hear it. Now, I don't know if people would want to hear about this before because they would not have been able to got the blessing that they did. See, they make it sound like all of a sudden, whoa, had we known about all these things that were happening before, we would have banded together and went against it. No, you wouldn't. Maybe some people might have. I said, but that was your time of your blessing. Now it's an explosion of information coming out because your blessing is over with. And now the Most High is revealing all of your dirt, and he's showing you why he's angry, why he's coming back to destroy this world, why he's coming back to destroy this system, because there's been so much dirt done, and it's been just hidden. Now you're just talking about Israel and Palestine, but just magnify that by 1,000,000, because you're only seeing a little short time, 50 days of war. You're seeing a little bit of, of the hypocrisy of everything. But this hypocrisy has been going on for thousands of years. You've only been witnessing it for the last 50 days. And now all of a sudden people are like up in arms. What do you think we've been talking about? We've been talking about how everything has been, upside down, how we've been, treated horribly, how the whole world has not cared. And now all of a sudden the world seems to have a pulse. Let's check out this video.
Literally altering the course of history. TikTok is literally altering the course of history. We are seeing war crimes happen from the perspective of the people that they're happening to live as it's happening. I don't think we even understand how revolutionary this is. If TikTok had existed during any of the previous wars, the exact same thing would have happened. Every human on this app that is capable of empathy is having the same experience right now. It's life altering. We will never be the same. Even for the people without empathy, once they learned that Israel has free healthcare, subsidized housing, subsidized schooling, etc., and that we are here in the United States with none of that, barely making ends meet, it is a radicalizing piece of information. And for literally everyone else to now finally directly see just how much the United States is meddling in and financing these wars, again, radicalizing information. And then to learn about the history and existence of AIPAC, I feel crazy. The level of conspiracy behind that is, it sounds made up, dude. There has been a foreign entity this entire time basically making all of our decisions. That is beyond terrifying. What's happening now is a force of nature that can't be stopped, that is beyond our control. There are certain points in history where you can just see the hands of fate stepping in and turning the tides, and this is one of them.
Now, what's funny is that they're talking about subsidized healthcare, right? And subsidized housing. What do you guys think you guys have been having here in the Americas, in the whole world? You've been getting subsidized by free labor. You have, you were able to build your country off of the backs of others. So your whole lifestyle has been subsidized by us, by the things that you've done to us. See, you are Israel. You are Ish. You are doing you've done exactly the same things that Ish has done. And now you're upset about what Ish has been, able to enjoy, and all the perks that they've had. Well, you've had exactly the same ones for generations after generation after generation. So see, everything that you're going to talk about them and how they're doing, the things that they're doing, that they're, pretty much responsible for doing or guilty of doing, you've done. You subsidized your housing by the FHA program by not allowing us to get loans. So therefore, you were able to go and get all the best housing, all the housing in the suburbs. You were able to get loans while we could not. So you were able to get all that. Social Security, you were able to get that because we weren't allowed to get it. So there was all this money in the pot. And then if people who worked in the farms or worked in, in the homes and cleaning and everything like that, they couldn't get Social Security. So we subsidized you that way. You see what I'm saying? Like buildings, everything you have been subsidized with because we did not have the same opportunities. So the stuff that you're talking about with Israel is able to enjoy, you've enjoyed. You weren't able, you were able to get all these blessings because you subsidized it on the backs of us. And now that we're telling you you're going to have to pay for all these subsidies, now everyone's all upset and all up in arms. But like I said, this is all prophecy, coming to pass right now. You're seeing that knowledge is being increased. You only want to see one little aspect of it, but it's much bigger than that. This is a worldwide takedown. This is a worldwide, action right now where everyone is getting an opportunity to see this truth and then apply it to yourselves as well. Don't just look at Ish and what they're doing, because this country is guilty of exactly the same thing, but on a macro level. Ish is doing it on a micro level, and you're seeing that, and you're all up in arms. But this country and all the countries of Psalms 83 and all the people that have been Confederate Psalms 83 have been doing exactly the same thing. Shalom.